The last integral question on this practice test is this one here. First thing, we always recognize if it's definite or indefinite, we've got limits, so it is a definite integral. Second, there's a lot going on here. We only have a 1 on the numerator, but there's a lot in the denominator. A couple things are happening. I would first recognize that we have a bracket squared, and then we have another t outside of the bracket. So it's best to usually deal with the highest power first. And what would be really nice is if we see that the derivative of this inner bracket, the derivative of root t is 1 over 2 root t. And we can see that we have a 2 root t elsewhere in the integral. So that could be really helpful, which means that we can create that part that's inside the bracket to be our u, and we can use substitution. Again, substitution is used if you see that the derivative of one part of the integral is also found in the integral. So if u equals root t plus 3 du equals 1 over 2 root t dt. This should be pretty clear. If you can't see how I got that, just remember that root t is the same as t to the 1/2, and the derivative of that is the 1/2 comes down, t to the negative 1/2, which is the same as this piece. Okay, so now let's replace our terms with in terms of u. So we know we have u squared on the bottom because that's our bracket, and then we also have dt over 2 root t, which you can see is exactly the same as du. So this is just du. Great. Let's call this u to the negative 2 then, du, because it's on the bottom. The integral of that is u to the negative 1 over negative 1. And we're going to evaluate that from 1 to 4. Only we're not going to evaluate u from 1 to 4. We need to now substitute back out. U is root t plus 3 to the negative 1 over negative 1, and we're going to evaluate that from 1 to 4. Do not forget to substitute back out. We don't have our limits in terms of u, we have them in terms of t. Now we just substitute. So we have root 4 plus 3 to the negative 1 over negative 1 minus root 1 plus 3 to the negative 1 over negative 1. I'll finish it over here. Root 4 is 2 plus 3 is 5. To the negative 1 means the 5 goes to the bottom, so this is negative 1 over 5. Minus root 1 is 1 plus 3 is 4. So minus negative 1 over 4. Which is negative 1/5 plus 1/4. And if we were getting very sophisticated, that would be 5 over 20 minus 4 over 20 is 1 over 20. So that is the answer to the integral. Again, the first part is recognizing which method to use, and the fact that we had our derivative with of one part of the integral also found in the integral is a perfect setup for substitution. Hopefully you found this helpful. You can also email us more integration questions at info@arnoldtutoring.com. Thanks.